Hey piggy lovers! So we all know that there are multiple ways to house guinea pigs and multiple ways to set up their environment or their habitat. But if you happen to use pressed wood pellets in litter boxes, I have a money-saving tip for you. Now, all of the different litter boxes and litter box options I've tried, this is absolutely my favorite because the pine pellets are so great at odor control. So the way that they work is when your piggy pees in a certain spot, the pellets will disintegrate and expand. Now, these are absolutely fabulous if you want to maintain a fresh smelling cage. However, number one, guinea pigs tend to pee in the same areas over and over, and there's only so much that the litter can do once it's already wet. Number two, it gets messy because with repeated liquid exposure, that litter dust can really get tracked around the cage and start to get everywhere. And number three, this can cause you to have to dump out the entire litter box or a good portion of it and waste perfectly good litter in the process. So here's what I do. I use this litter scoop and food scoop, both from Dollar Tree, and I just scrape the top layer of hay off into this little trash can, which is also from Dollar Tree. Then I empty it into this slotted basket that I got from Daiso for only $1.75, but you can find similar things in a lot of different places. So I basically stretch the opening of the trash bag around the basket and it fits nice and snug, and then I empty the litter into it. After that, I just kind of sift it like in this vibrating motion, and you really don't want to shake it vigorously or kind of crazy and get the dust everywhere. Just use a nice controlled shaking motion, and in about 30 seconds, you'll have a tray full of dry litter that's ready to go and isn't going to be wasted. You'll also see that there's still a little bit of poop in there, but that's okay. It's still dry material, and having a little bit of poop left over in the litter box reinforces the habit of using the litter box, and it keeps them coming back because they know that this is where they're supposed to go potty. Having a covered litter box also helps a lot with this because making this a dark and cozy space with their food and water there just makes it a super comfortable place to be and a place where they're going to repeatedly want to go and do their business. After I pour the sifted litter back into the litter box, I add some fresh litter to replace the litter that was used and sifted out. And finally, I top it off with some hay, and today they're getting some Timothy and some alfalfa hay. They're getting the alfalfa because they were both very underweight when I got them from the previous owner, and they're still young enough that alfalfa is okay to give them. Also, Miss Penelope over here, we're not totally sure whether or not she's pregnant, so it's still a good idea that she gets a little bit more calcium and calories right now anyway. And for the final touch, I sprinkle on my homemade forage mix because even though they're foster pigs, they still get the posh pigs treatment. I found that this is a great way to save money on litter and keep the cage smelling super fresh all the time. You'll still want to completely empty out the litter box and replace it with all new litter on a regular basis as well. And that's going to depend on how many litter boxes you have and how many piggies you have. But once or twice a week is a good idea. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful and how you do your litter boxes or if you use litter boxes at all. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching.